Hi everyone, welcome back to the Strawberry Lily channel. So today, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be doing a good old-fashioned declutter. I think that might be all I'm gonna call it, actually, just a declutter video, because I technically don't have any empties or newly panned products. There's only one panned product that I'm gonna show you today, and that's something that I'm getting rid of, so I don't know. Basically, I don't have much to talk about, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Without even noticing, I realized that I kind of fell into a no-buy inadvertently for the past month or so. Aside from replacements of like my essential holy grail items, I really haven't been purchasing anything new. Well, no, that is a bold-faced lie, because I did just recently place my order for the new ColourPop and Hello Kitty Tropical Escape collection. I think that's what it's called. But that one doesn't really count because it's Hello Kitty, so did I really have a choice in the matter? No. Aside from that, my last big, like major purchase was the MAC and Cruella collaboration, which came out just about, yeah, almost exactly 1 month ago. Ever since then, I haven't really made any huge grand, you know, makeup purchases, which is a good thing. It's very good for my wallet, and I think it's also, I also think it's a good thing that I kind of just fell into a no-buy naturally, rather than like forcing a bunch of restrictions on myself and possibly making myself miserable in the process. You know, it's never good to deprive yourself of something that you really enjoy or want, but we all can benefit from practicing a little bit of moderation in our vices, right? So that's where I'm at right now, and it's also one of the reasons why I haven't been posting as often. Okay, Maxine has been running around doing zoomies throughout the house for the first 30 minutes that I've been trying to film this. So here she is. Say hi to everyone, Maxine. Where was I? So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been posting as much lately. I've also genuinely just been really swamped because of work and everything, which I won't get into. I'm also in the process of renewing my visa, my work visa, for me to stay in Japan. So that's kind of also a stressful thing, even though like I've never had any of my applications declined, okay? I've been in Japan for 10 years. I've never had my application declined once. It always went off without a hitch, but it's just that anticipation, you know, waiting for the result to come out, which it's gonna be fine, but it usually takes 2 or 3 weeks to process or for the new visa to be issued. So I'm at the 2-week mark right now, like, okay, where is it? Because, you know, my current visa expires in July. It'll be fine though. It'll be totally fine. I know I'll feel much better and like more at ease when it's physically in my hands, you know. And they might also have delays this year because of COVID and all of that. It's nothing to fret about. It's out of my control at this point. Yeah, so back to the makeup. The truth of the matter is I'm really just not buying as much new stuff these days for me to just be pumping out review videos like that. Not that I necessarily think that you need to constantly be buying and reviewing new products in order to come up with compelling content, especially not this day and age. I feel like Get Ready With Me's, Project Pans, and what's the other one? Product empties. Those 3 subgenres in particular of beauty related videos are making a huge resurgence these days. I don't know if it's just me and the select few beauty YouTubers that I watch, but it definitely feels like there's been an uptick in that kind of content as of late, and people seem to be really eating it up, you know? So I definitely don't think that there's any lack of content to be had just because you're on a no-buy or you're not able to afford the newest, shiniest releases all the time. It's just that for the empties and panned videos, like those types of videos, I tend to, I mean, like, it takes a long time for me to work my way through a single product, right? I think we all understand that struggle. So I don't want to come on here necessarily and give updates on a project pan every week and have the progress be like this much every week. I mean, I don't know, some people might still enjoy that, but for me, I just know that that wouldn't be as enjoyable as if I waited until I actually finished like a nice big batch of products so that I could show you all of them at one time. But that being said, although I don't really have any empties to show you today, I do have a bunch of items that I've just been meaning to throw out for the longest time, and I think it's time. I need to not put it off anymore because I'm throwing it out for the sake of I've had these things for 2-3+ years and they just need to go because the formula is expired, right? I don't care if it seems like they still perform okay or they smell fine or whatever. It's been long enough. Like, I'm ready to let them go. I have other new things that I want to try anyway, even if it's just like cheap drugstore or Daiso items. So yeah, I'm definitely eager to get rid of these. So the first thing that I have here is a lipstick from the L'Oreal Paris and Balmain collaboration back in the day. I don't even know how long ago this was, but this is their Color Riche Moist Matte Lipstick. I think this one is called Fever.
I'm on my way, Japan. Pachinko maker Sanko.
There's like dogs barking outside, I'm sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, I kept this mainly for the Slytherin packaging. And also I do really like this shade. This was back when I was on my all coral, all orange kick, and now it's completely shifted into like the soft pinky mauves. It actually still smells fine. I mean, I'm not a fan of the smell. It's like that vanilla-y overwhelming scent that I'm not quite into, but it just doesn't spark as much joy anymore. I mean, I still think that the packaging is pretty badass, but I don't need a lipstick case to validate my Slytherin identity, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of another reason that I'm kind of excited to throw this away. Like, I want to throw it away even though I do like the packaging. It's because I know that not every single physical thing that reminds me of things that I like or identify with, I don't have to keep every single thing in order to keep those identifications of myself, if that makes sense. Like, it's all in me, okay? It's actually all in me. It's not in these inanimate objects that don't have any meaning to them unless I assign it to them. Also, I do need to really make an effort to start using my Shuamura and Sadaharu Aoki lipstick in Mikan Ginger. This one is also a very clearly bright orange coral color. I feel like, why do I need two in my collection, right? Especially since this one is the one that is just more special and it obviously costs more money, so why not make the most of this one instead? So there's the Mikan Ginger, and okay, I guess it's actually a completely different shade than the L'Oreal and Balmain lipstick, but I like it better anyway. I feel like it's more summer appropriate. And this is their Rouge Unlimited Matte formula from Shuamura. Okay, next up is my Media Lasting Base. Media is a really affordable drugstore brand by Kanebo. This is a pretty good budget base option, but as you guys know, I've been pretty much addicted to and in a monogamous relationship with the Etouce for oily skin primer these days, and I just don't see myself ever going back to hamburgers after I've had filet mignon. You feel me? No, I'm kidding. I'm not saying that Media is hamburger quality. This is actually a really good budget option base. It's just that I've definitely had this for too long. Even if I feel compelled to use it again in the future, I would want to purchase a new bottle instead of dipping back into this old bottle that I don't even know if the formula is potent anymore. I don't think it's gone bad per se, but yeah, again, I'm just not, I think it's time to let go. And I also just genuinely think that for my skin type in particular, this Etouce skin base has all of my bases covered as far as like my face getting too shiny or oily looking in certain areas throughout the day, which is a real legitimate concern during Japanese summers. So yeah, this one really does like keep all of those issues at bay for me throughout the entire day. To be quite honest with you, I don't remember exactly how the Media Lasting Base performed, but I think that me not remembering in itself kind of speaks to the fact that maybe it wasn't all that great. Maybe it wasn't all that amazing, you know? Next we have my two liquid Fujiko Shake Shadows. I could have sworn that I attempted to declutter this in a previous video, but I guess not. But this time I'm getting rid of these for real. Not because they don't perform well or I don't enjoy them or anything like that, but to be honest with you, I'm just not feeling these two shades that I have right now. I was really tempted to pick up another shade from this line, which is more of like a brighter coral shade that I think would be more fitting for summer, and it just looks like something that would look more flattering against my skin tone. Not that these are not flattering, I mean, this is just like a muted gold and a burgundy red color. I don't know, I just got kind of sick of them and I stopped using them altogether, especially now that I have my new Vise Sensual Sleek Eyes. As far as cream and liquid shadows goes, these are pretty much satisfying that purpose in my life. And the Vise ones, I just feel like the consistency is also just easier to work with. It's like pretty liquidy but still in a cream format, so it's not gonna like run down your face or something if you dot it on your eyes, whereas these are, I mean, the purpose of these is to be a very watery consistency, so it just depends on your own personal preference. I still like this product as a whole, I'm just sick of these shades and I'm ready to get rid of them. And depending on if I come across these again in the makeup store or if I'm in a buying mood that day, I might pick up the coral shade, which I don't know the name off the top of my head, but I'll put it right here on the screen for you guys to see. That's the only one that I would be interested in. Okay, these next two items actually kind of hurt a little bit because I really do like this brand. It's an excellent Indies brand, Western Indies brand. Well, not like West Indies, like the West Indies company. Western brand that is independent, but not America. Okay, so Lethal Cosmetics. So this is a German brand, right? Yes, they're based in Germany. These are two of their Chimera liquid lipsticks in extremely unconventional goth, if you will, colors. Goth girl shit, I'm a real hot topic. 2021 finna graduate college. Goth girl shit, I'm a real hot topic. No, but I purchased these like definitely 2+ years ago. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with time. The only reason I hold on to these is because I keep thinking that I'm gonna need them for Halloween. You know, like whenever Halloween rolls around, it doesn't even have to be Halloween, but it's just like every time that you need a black lipstick, you can never find one. But then when you try to counteract that situation by making sure that you buy a black lipstick when you don't need it, so that at least like you have it on hand for whenever an emergency that requires you to wear black lipstick. You know what I mean. Halloween costumes, okay? Cosplay, basically. So that's the reason why I picked up this black lipstick. And then also this one just because it's like equally dark as grungy, but it's a little bit of an alternative to black if I didn't want pure black. Yeah, so that was my thought process when I initially picked these up. I was like, okay, great, I'm gonna have these like on hand whenever I need a black lipstick to challenge my inner 16-year-old goth girl. I'm not gonna have to worry or scramble to go buy some crappy quality black lipstick from Daiso or something. I can just have my high-end, really nicely formulated Lethal Cosmetics black lipstick. And then like, lo and behold, that day never comes. The minute that you decide to prepare yourself, the situation never arises. And that would be fine if liquid lipsticks didn't expire like possibly the quickest out of any makeup product that is out there. But unfortunately, they do go bad fairly quickly, right? So that's the predicament that I find myself in here. So yeah, I'm really like upset and annoyed about this, if you can't tell. It just can't be denied though that these are definitely going bad. I mean, it smells fine. Again, it doesn't smell rancid or anything. It's just a little bit more like pungent than usual. It smells like dust. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. Should I just keep these until October, and then if I don't use them this October, then I can take that as a sign that I'm never gonna use them? Because I was thinking the other day too, like every single cosplay or costume that I want to wear or I envision myself wearing, whether it's for Halloween or some cosplay event, all the characters that I want to dress up as or I'm toying around with the idea of dressing up as, none of them wear black lipstick or turquoise sparkly lipstick for that matter. So yeah, maybe I should just get rid of these. I don't know. And speaking of cosplay events, so I'm mainly thinking about Comiket, right? They have a huge one in summer and winter, which got canceled last year, obviously, because of COVID. But I don't know about this year. Are they gonna hold it or not? I'm gonna have to check on that later. I mean, if they're holding the Olympics, why can't we non-sports people have our things too, you know? I'm just saying. Like, I don't know if you guys have been following the Japanese news at all, but Japanese government is pretty much dead set on holding this Tokyo Olympics, which is fair, I guess, considering all the budget that went towards it. But yeah, no one's really happy about it because it's not like, I mean, Japan is doing a lot better, like comparatively, I guess you could say, with regards to COVID numbers, but it's still not, the virus is not eradicated completely by any stretch of the imagination. So nobody's really happy about this Olympics thing. No one in my circle, at least. Anyway, I don't mean to get political. Let's just move on to the next item, which is MAC lip gloss in Spark Joy. What an ironic name that is, because this lip gloss, or not even just this one in particular, but the entire lip gloss range in general, it does not spark joy for me. I don't know what else to say. It's just too sticky and like too old school 2004 lip gloss vibes, you know? I know there's a whole faction of people out there that probably still like this type of a formula and they still rock with it, but it's just not for me. I tried to convince myself that I liked it when I tried this out initially in my my MAC Firework Holiday Collection review, which is what this is from. As you can guess, that's also the only reason that I've been holding on to this for so long, is because of the pretty pink metallic packaging. It's very, very pretty and girly, and I just know that 2004 Ren would have eaten this up, but I just can't get with the stickiness of this formula. It's so uncomfortable. I feel like I tried to convince myself that I liked it when I was reviewing this. If you go back and rewatch that video, which you don't have to do that, I don't want you to do that actually. I don't like watching any of my old videos because it just gives me like future embarrassment, like looking back on your past self with your future self and feeling embarrassed. That's my term for that. I don't really want anything to do with the lip gloss formula from here on out. This was the last item that I've held on to from that collection. Every single other thing from that collection, including all the eyeshadows, the skin finish, like that blinding white highlighter, the other two lip glosses, and the lipsticks, I've offloaded those on either Mercari or I've given it to like my friends and coworkers. It was a fun collection for the moment. Like, I still stand by my overall good review that I gave it in my video, but it just quickly got old, I guess, once we moved out of the winter season. Last but not least, I'm throwing away my powder compact by Etouce, the Face Edition powder. There is still a little bit left in here, but I just don't have the energy to be scraping out the edges. And I've mentioned again and again in previous videos where I used to use this powder heavily that the one big drawback for me is that it does give a pretty noticeable white cast. As far as the functionality itself goes, it is really, really good at absorbing oil and just suppressing shininess overall on your face. But I feel like in that department, I'm pretty much covered now because of the Etouce primer base, and also the fact that I actually found one of my old OG products on Amazon, and I ordered a pack of 5 recently. So I'm talking about these oil blotting sheets. These are the Kyofu Abura Torigami by Tokuyasu. I used to use these religiously almost every day. I would always have a pack on backup, and then one day out of the blue, they literally just disappeared from shelves everywhere, like the drugstore, the department store, all the places that I knew I could count on to get a refill of these particular oil blotting sheets. It was gone. It was gone. So now the only place I can get it is off the internet, and even then I feel like that's just a matter of like those few Amazon or Rakuten shops having their leftover stock. I think once that stock is gone, this item itself might really be gone forever. I really don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they stopped production completely or if they've just moved to e-commerce, but in any case, I do have 5 packs now, so that should last me throughout the whole summer at least, and it eliminates the need for face powders such as this, to be quite honest, so that's why I'm getting rid of this as well. I would repurchase this though in the future. So there you have it. That's my little makeup declutter for today. It was a little painful too, I'm not gonna lie, just because like most of these items are not, well, most of them are almost full, like they're not even halfway used up, so it's a little painful to have to throw away items purely on the basis that they've expired, or I simply just don't use them anymore, so there's no point holding on to the false illusion that I might one day. But overall, I really am happy to just let go of what has essentially been dead weight in my makeup collection, and it feels good to make room for newer, more exciting makeup, or just room in general. How about that? It feels good to have clean space, no clutter. That's why we call it a declutter. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching as usual, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!